Welcome to the Washington Demon Baseball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by the Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Welcome to our pregame show, brought to you by the A&C Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services in Washington. I'm Joel Keller alongside Jack Nolan. It's been a while since we've been out here in the booth together, but it's good to be back, and I'm excited for this game. It's two teams that's really struggled to start the season, but it's early enough where if they can get hot, they can get a couple wins tonight, maybe that turns things around. Yeah, momentum builder here in a conference battle between Washington and Keokuk. These teams, obviously, plenty of familiarity. Washington up all-time 43-15 since 2009. So they've dominated this series. They won 2 games over Keokuk last year. Looking to kind of replicate that, Joel. I'm excited for this game and to see which team can get some momentum here. Doubleheader on our hands as well. Chance for Washington to double their win tally from 2 to 4 if they can take 2 off of Keokuk. Keokuk looking for that first win in conference play. Washington already has 1, but that's all they have. Out there on the mound for them, Ethan Peebler. He's making his third start of the season. He's 0 for 2, and he's pitched a total of 12 2/3 innings so far this year. Yeah, Peebler was out there in that 4-6 loss against Fort Madison a couple of games ago. Pitched just over 3 innings, gave up 3 runs. It was a decent outing for him, but should be a good chance for him to respond here, and we'll see how the pitching staff goes for Washington. It's relatively deep. That's been the stronger side of their game, I'd say, so far this season, and we'll see how they manage the rotation with 2 games here tonight. And this is a Keokuk team that's had their struggles on offense. In fact, not a lot of players batting above 200 so far to start the season, and it's something that they're going to look to change here, but it's going to be tough. They really just got 2 guys who are at 200. Lincoln Ray, who's up right now, 2-1 count. Out there behind the plate is Rugg. He's asking the umpire where it missed, and it missed up top. So 2-1 is the count here in the top of the first. People are looking to get it started off good. You mentioned the 3 runs he allowed in that last appearance that he had, but he had 0 earned runs. So he's really needs his defense to step up behind him and help him out a little bit out there on the mound. Yeah, it's been the story for both these teams over the past few seasons, even when they've played each other, have had some defensive struggles. There was a game, Keokuk pitched off to find it and dig through my data, but had 7 runs, none earned in that one. So it was all on some defensive errors. So 2 teams looking to lock in defensively. This one's sent out deep to left field. Ray sends it out, light it, and grabs it. Gets underneath in time for the first out of the ball game. 1 up, 1 down to start it out. Lincoln Ray went 2 of 2 with an RBI the last time these 2 teams met. It was a 7-6 win for Washington, so a nice out there for Peebler against a guy who's had some familiarity getting some hits against this Demon defense. Now up is Micah Hagee. In his 6 games played, he started 4 of them, has 1 hit and 11 at-bats. Looking to change that around here. Keokuk really is going to be looking to get the offense going early. In fact, their 1 win of the season was a 1-0 game where their pitcher in this first ball game, Bennett Church, went the distance. 7 innings, only allowed 2 hits and a walk, and no runs allowed. I mean, insane. Yeah, really good outing for Bennett Church, and obviously I'm sure talk more about him when Washington comes up to the plate, but a chance for those Demon hitters too to get some good reps against a good pitcher who has Keokuk's real 1 shining performance so far this year. Keokuk trying to help him out offensively to start the game. There's a call at strike 3, just catching the bottom inside corner of the zone. 3 pitches, all 3 strikes, and now we're 2 outs here in the first. Now up to bat is that Keokuk pitcher, Bennett Church. Yeah, Church had 50 at-bats last year as a junior. Super experienced player, obviously, on the mound. 11 hits last year as well. He can swing the bat with the best among this Keokuk lineup. So, solid player that goes both ways for the Chiefs. This one, he's trying to chase it in foul territory, but falls to the ground, harmless, just strike 1. Saw both teams practicing some of those before the game where one of the coaches just hitting it straight up, letting the catcher go up and get it. Those are difficult balls to track, and I don't envy the catcher in spots like that. When you foul it straight back, you have to – sometimes I feel like I see so many times, sometimes the catcher overruns it or even underruns it, and they can be tough to pick out. Yeah, it's really hard to see, especially when you got clear skies like today, the ball kind of blends in. There's a ball outside, 1-1. And it usually goes up so high, and, you know, the catcher's getting out of his stance, throwing off the mask, and so many things are going on, and he's got to track the ball. It's real tough to do back there. That one misses down low. Got a 2-1 count. Peebler pitching a little more carefully to the 3-hole hitter, Church. This one high and outside, ball 3. His first count to reach 3 balls here today. A 3-1 pitch, looking to get back on track here. That one outside, way up high, easy to lay off, and we got the first base runner of the ball game. Bennett Church at first.
Lucas Gilpin.
Church last year stole a couple of bases. So potential, obviously Washington is a team I think we'll talk about as a solid base running team, but 2 outs here. See what Church maybe opts to do or not do, but.
Yeah, he hasn't attempted one this season, so, why not get started today, right?
Might as well. And a chance, too, for Peebler. Kind of try and dial in. He's had a solid inning. Be nice to get out of it with just the one runner on. Hasn't allowed a hit yet today.
Exactly. He'll check over at first, though. Back safely is Church. You get the first 2 outs pretty quick. Last thing you want is that walk to shake you off your game and allow a 2-out rally here in the first. You want to get through that first inning quickly so that offense is ready to go in the bottom.
Yeah, Peebler 12 walks this year. It's the most on this Washington team, so certainly don't want to continue making that a habit.
Big swing and a miss there by Lucas Gilpin. It's the designated hitter for the Chiefs. It's a good bounce-back pitch after that walk. He had a couple pitches at the end of that last at-bat that just weren't really close to the zone at all.
Yeah, a couple got away from him, and he seems dialed back in the zone, kind of touching the upper part of it on those last 2 pitches, but that time getting Gilpin to bite.
You have 2 swings and misses for Gilpin. Now Peebler has him on the ropes. 0-2 count. Looking to bounce back from that walk. He'll check over at first. Oh, there goes Church running the second. Slides in time. The Demon defense fumbling around with the ball. Weren't able to get good control on it. And Church, he's got that speed like you mentioned. He hasn't really tried to steal base this season, but there he'll nab one.
Yeah, and you wonder how much both teams are going to try and be opportunistic with that, with the defenses on both sides kind of struggling. And I was surprised Ty Wright opted to throw that over to second after he kind of bobbled it initially and didn't just let Church slide in there, because if that throw gets over the shortstop, it's another extra base and a runner's on third with 2 outs. But nice take for Church there.
The 0-2 just missing by a little bit. The 1-2, and to your point, I'm also surprised in the throw over itself. I mean, 0-2 count, 2 outs. You just gotta, I think, focus in at the plate and get the batter out. Now that runner in scoring position for the Chiefs. 2 outs, 1-2 count. Pitch from Peebler, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Peebler, allowing the 1 walk. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Washington keeping the Keokuk Chiefs off the board.
Summer is here, and Fairway's got you covered all baseball and softball season long. With a large variety and low prices, Fairway is the easy home run choice for all your grocery needs. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Back here at Dick Saco Memorial Field, Scoreless top of the first. Now the Demons have the opportunity to jump on Bennett Church, who we will get to in a moment. But first, this Demon lineup. Leading off for the Demons, Nate Edmonds, then Mitchell Zaglowski, Blaze Richardson to follow, and Bowden Brown in the cleanup spot. Connor Lyden, Julian Parsons, Easton Rugg, Tyre Wright, and Luke Schiebel will close it out there for the Demons. Looking to put some runs on the board, jump on Church early. Going to try and bounce him out of the ball game. For the Chiefs out there in the field behind the plate is Memphis Anderson. They're at first base, Jackson Morgan. And around the rest of the horn, Thomas Nemechek, Micah Hagee, Zach Gilpin, and in the outfield, Briar Hayner, Lincoln Ray, and to close things out for him is Cart.
Leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Demons.
But Bennett Church on the mound. That's the story of the ball game right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Keokuk hasn't had their stats logged for the entire season, but in the 3 games Church has started, he has been pretty exceptional. Just the one walk, he's logged 9 strikeouts in those games. Was good against Washington last year. It was a high-scoring game that the two teams played 15-11. So obviously, won't be wanting to surrender as many runs, but got 4 strikeouts in that one. Did rack up 9 hits.
To start things off, Nate Edmonds grounding one to third base. A lot of trouble for this Chief defense. Hagee had trouble picking that one up off the dirt. Tough bounce, but that'll bring in the first runner for the Demons.
Yeah, and a good start for Nate Edmonds, who's been hitting a lot better this season. 278 coming into this game, hit just 137 last season. So, we've talked about these Demon bats needing to get hot. Obviously, it's still early in the season. Plenty of time left, but you'd like to see Edmonds try and sustain something close to that number and continue to show that improvement. So good leadoff hit there for the Demons. Like you mentioned, too, Keokuk kind of struggling with the defense. Both a couple of balls been hit towards short, and both teams have struggled to field just a little bit to start here.
And to your point, for the Demons to get that offense going to be huge. They average 4.4 runs scored, but their runs against is up to 7. So trying to even out those numbers a bit. There's a base hit from Mitchell Zaglowski. Edmonds going to third. The throw in, not going to be in time. And Zaglowski over to second on that throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position with no outs to lead off the game.
Shortstop number 8.
Exactly what you want from your 2 leadoff hitters, right? Get 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Bring your 3-hole hitter in, and a guy who's been one of the best hitters on this team for the past couple of seasons in Blaze Richardson.
Yeah, and here's a big part of this series last year. Had a couple RBIs in those wins.
Yeah, that 7-6 game was on the mound as well. Pitched 5 innings, and like you said, drove in a couple of runs that 3 times these 2 teams met. Sitting a little bit down in his numbers this year's season, but what an opportunity here to get going with a 1-0 count and two men in scoring position, no outs.
Yeah, I don't think you can complain about this situation right here. Here's a line drive to center field. Will it get down just in front of Ray? That'll bring home 1 for sure. The good throw in from Ray will hold the runner at third, but the first run comes across for the Demons on the RBI single from Blaze Richardson.
Yeah, and he was able to get into scoring position as well. Catcher not opting to throw over to second after that. It was a good throw into the infield by Ray, but what a start here for the Demons.
I mean, you're going up against the Chiefs ace in a conference game. You got to jump on him early, and that's exactly what they do. 1 run comes across, 2 in scoring position, and still yet to surrender an out.
Yeah, and you've got Bowden Brown up now, too, another guy who has improved, had just 1 plate appearance last year in his 16 games, but he's been a lot better this year, 7 hits. Guy who looks to be a big part of this team's future in Brown, just a sophomore as well, so good opportunity up here.
Yeah, he's earned the trust of this coaching staff quickly this season, jumping up to the cleanup spot. At the beginning of the year, he was sitting more in the 7, 8, 9 holes. Here's a ground ball to third base, picked up by Hagee. Thrown over in time. So the Chiefs get their first out, but they still face a lot of trouble on the paths.
Next up for the Demons, left fielder number 10, Connor Lyden.
Connor Lyden now up to bat. It's the Demons left fielder. 1 out here. So the sac fly is still in play. You just want to put one out there. Give it a ride and just see what happens.
Leiden doesn't have a sack fly yet this season, but you're right, a good golden opportunity to get his first if he wants. And again, error is certainly in play here for Keokuk as well to drive in some runs. You know, you've seen, obviously they've gotten a couple hits off of him, but Church has decent command. I wouldn't expect anything to be off a pass ball, but those infielders have to be able to handle anything rolled to them to not allow, you know, any more runs to score than need be if Leiden keeps this on the ground.
Yeah, you see this infield creeping in. A foul tip there. 1-1 count, but the infield in for the Chiefs, looking to try and nab that runner at home. They know their offense hasn't been as hot as they wanted it to be to start off this season, averaging 1.3 runs per game. So they got to save as many as they can.
And Connor Leiden's exactly the guy Washington wants up here. 13 total bases on the season that he leads the team. He's hitting .357. That's way up from his numbers a year ago. Absolutely the guy you want up. Has scored 9 times this year as well, 10 hits for him.
Yeah, it's just all that experience paying off. He started most of the games last season, and now he's back with all those pitches seen at the varsity level, and he's just using it to his advantage. Now he sees the 3-1 count.
He hit .264 last year and is up in the 350s early this season, so you're right, making the necessary improvements in his senior season.
And he'll take a walk there, so
Next up,
won't change the average at all, but that helps out the on-base percentage. And that loads the bases for Julian Parsons.
Yeah, Julian Parsons, just an 8th grader in a huge position here for Washington. He's been trusted on the mound as well. Definitely a big part of this Demons' future.
Takes a big hack at it, fouls it away for strike 1. Not only at the plate, but Parsons has really taken over that spot at third base, the hot corner, and he's locked it down. We've seen a lot of great plays from him already this season, and I mean, he's just an 8th grader. He's only going to get better at that spot. The 0-1 pitch from Church. Swung on, popped up, into foul territory. Chasing after it is Haig. And Hagee will watch it fly out of the stadium. 0-2 count. Still only 1 away. The wind is blowing in here at Dick Swyka Memorial Field. Be harder for the balls to fly out. That one is going to be swung on. Popped up there again. It's coming in short and drops just in front of Hayner. That'll be a base hit. And all runners are safe. So the base is still loaded and the Demons score another 2-0 now in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, tough play that time out there and left. Just couldn't quite get under it there. Was Hayner, and credit to these Washington hitters. You know, I mentioned pregame we need to see their bats getting going, and that's exactly what's happened. Bennett Church definitely in a pickle here, and see how he gets out of it. That's a good first pitch there.
Easton Rugg, another 8th grader, swings and misses. But yeah, they have really put themselves in a great advantage in this ball game here, up 2-0, looking for more against the Chiefs team that can't really score too consistently. So they're putting Keokuk in a position that they're not comfortable in.
Yeah, not at all. And this is not the start you want for Keokuk. You know, knowing you're going to bring probably your ace and your best pitcher for game number 1 and going to have probably someone who's a little bit weaker on the mound for game number 2. Washington can double their win total here. They've kind of dominated this rivalry over the past couple of years and are doing just that again here today with Rugg.
0-2 count now to Rugg. The wind picking up. Had some storms up north by Cedar Rapids earlier today. I drove through rain on the way here, but as I got more south, the sun started shining, so.
It's a beautiful day overall.
Yeah,
the breeze,
yeah,
selfishly, isn't that bad, but obviously for these hitters, it'll influence things.
Yeah, it'll definitely make it harder for them to drive the ball, give it a ride, as it's coming straight in now. But a 1-2 count. Easton Ruggs sitting in. Watches that one hit the corner of the strike zone for a called strike 3. And 2 away now for the Demons.
First baseman number 24, Ty Wright.
Really nice pitch, painting the corner, the outside corner of that zone by Church, and wonder if that just gets him dialed in here. If they can get out of this inning, strand 3, Washington runners only down 2-0. I think you have to consider it a win given how this game has started for Church.
Strike there to Ty Wright. Luke Schiebel on deck, and his poster, being a senior on the press box, just fell off. So
hopefully not an omen for when he comes up to bat.
Yeah, hopefully he can do a little better. But I think this is the first time we've seen Ty Wright's bat this season. Nice pencil, pretty cool.
Oh yeah, hadn't even picked up on that, Joel. Very nice bat for him. If he doesn't get at least one hit with that today, I have to say I'll have to express some disappointment. He only has 1 on the season, so it'd be a nice game for him to get going. Good first baseman. Pitched obviously a little bit as well for this Washington team.
Yeah, I mean, I think he definitely wins the award for best bat so far. Here's a swing, dribbled down to third base. Some more trouble for the Chiefs defense, and that'll be an RBI, bringing in the 3rd run for the Demons as they continue to keep this inning going.
I think the pencil holds up, Joel.
I think so.
I think that affirms it.
Luke Schiebel.
The only qualm with it I have is that it's not wooden. You can't get a broken pencil bat moment. But nevertheless, a nice RBI single. And what an inning this has been for Washington.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start. Schiebel sitting in, fouls it away, 0-1. But they have definitely completed their goal here in the first inning. Keep Keokuk off the board and score some runs. That's every team's goal in the first inning, but the Demons have done that to perfection. 3-0. Looking for more with the bases loaded. Luke Schiebel stepping in the 9 spot, top of the order on deck.
Well, I realize teams change even at the high school level, sometimes a considerable amount, but this is a Washington team that's combined for 22 runs the last 2 times it's faced Keokuk. Team that hasn't had the results over those seasons that they've wanted overall, but have been really good against the Chiefs and are continuing that.
And here's Schiebel, lining one to right field off the glove of Evan Kerr. And that'll bring home 2 runs. Runner Ty Wright will reach 3rd, and a 2-run single for Luke Schiebel.
Now batting for the Demons, second baseman number 2, Nate Edmond.
Hey, you can hear that Demon dugout chanting as they've now batted around here in the first 5-0. Just an awesome start.
And I mean, we talked a little bit about Bennett Church not really benefiting from a strong defense this season and last year against the Demons, and already there's been 3 errors by the Chiefs, and that's really just cost this team a lot. As there's a throwdown, not going to be close there, so Schiebel will advance to second on the stolen base.
Yeah, you had the drop out there and right. That was a tough play to make, but you had the one in left that really felt killer. It was dipping down, seemed really catchable, and just couldn't be collected. And you're absolutely right. That has certainly killed Keokuk in this first inning.
Here's the pitch, line drive to second base. Picked up by Nemechek, and the throw over to first ends the inning. But the Demons getting 5 runs on Bennett Church and the Chiefs and take the lead as we head to the second, 5-0.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Back here, top of the second here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by the Washington County Hospital and Clinics. And the Demons just put on an offensive clinic. 5 runs in that inning, giving a bunch of pad for Ethan Peebler to go out there and do his thing.
Yeah, batting around, obviously. Nate Edmonds starting and ending the inning. That is certainly exactly the start you want for Washington. And yeah, giving Ethan Peebler a killer cushion to start the second here.
And this is a guy we've talked about has had a little bit of control